Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Class 9th, subject physics. Today we will start chapter number 5, and the chapter number 5 name is gravitation. Here is the chapter number 5 and name is gravitation. Okay, we will start with some background information. We will say that how gravitation comes to the idea flash in their minds and so on. There is some useful information. I'm telling you that the first man who came up with the idea of gravity was Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton was a scientist. He was an evening of a 1665 when he was trying to solve the mystery why plants revolve around the sun. Suddenly, an apple fell from the tree under which he was sitting. The idea of gravity flashed in his mind. He discovered not only the cause of a falling apple but also the cause that makes the plants to revolve around the sun and the moon around the earth. Now, that is the most common informations, and no, there is a one question. The question is that what is that which attracts the bodies towards its center, or you can say that earth. Okay, the simply answer is that there is a force that attracts the object towards its center, and this force named by them the force of gravitation. The force of gravitation definition simply we can say that the force due to which every body of the universe attracts every other body. That is force is called force of gravitation. Here is the definition of force of gravitation: a force due to which every body of the universe attracts every other body. It is called the force of gravitation. By, by this definition, we conclude that the plants revolve around the sun. Plants revolve around the sun, or a moon revolve around the earth. That is due to the force of gravitation. Now we'll discuss the next topic, and the next one is that a law of gravitation. Now, the law of gravitation. Law of gravitation, according to Newton's law of universal gravitation, definition is that every body in the universe attracts every other body with a force which is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers. Okay, here is the definition. I am repeating: every body in the universe attracts every other body with a force which is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers. Here is the two main points, and the main point is that the first one we say is that the force the force of attraction that is directly proportional to the product of their masses, and the other one is that the square of the inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers. By this definition we can elaborate it by formula. We drive a formula, and the formula we can drive by the relations, and the relationships are these. Okay, let's suppose we have a two bodies. One is this and have a mass m1, and we have another body that have a small mass, and we will say it m2. Okay, this is the center point of this, and this is the center point this. Let's suppose this is the distance between both of the objects, and we will liberate it by d. That is the distance between these center of these objects. Okay, the m1 attractive force will be like this f, and m2 like this. The both masses attract each other with a gravitation force equal to the magnitude. Okay, by the relationship By definition, we can solve it. By definition, we discuss that the universe attacks each other with a force which is directly proportional to the product of their masses. That's mean the force, the law of gravitation says that the force is directly proportional to the product of their masses. Here, then we can write the relation like this: directly proportional m1 and m2. These are the product of their masses, and this sign is the proportionality sign, and it shows the directly proportional, and F is denoted by the force of attraction. Okay, now the second statement: and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers, and the distance is d. Here we can write it like this: 1 over d square, and that is a relationship. Okay, now by combining these relations, equation number 1 and equation number 2, by combining equations, we will get F proportionality sign, m1, m2 and d2. That is the relation. Now we solve it further. By equations we get that F is proportional m1 m2 divided by d2 square. This proportionality sign can be removed by putting the capital G and m1 m2 divided by d2, and that is the formula by which we can say that we can find the force of attraction between the two objects, or we can say that by this relation we can find the value of G and the other one also by replacing these places. Okay, here is the G is the proportionality constant. It is called the universal constant of gravitation. Its value same everywhere. G value does not change. Okay, in the SI units its value, in SI unit its value is system international value is 6.673 multiplied 10 cube raise minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. Due to the small value of G, the gravitation force of the attraction between the object around us is very small and we do not feel it. Since the mass of the earth is very large, it attracts nearby objects with a significant force. This weight of the object on the earth is the resultant of the gravitation force attraction between the earth and the object. Here we can say that whenever I drop this pencil like this, we can say that it always return to its earth, because with here is also a force, but we cannot feel because its weight is too much large. That's why we did not feel it. Okay, that is the relationship, and by this formula we can find the force of attraction between the two objects.